You've tried apps, hacks, and miracle diets, but what if the real breakthrough starts before breakfast? This morning routine isn't about looking busy. It's about building the version of you that finally shows up. If you've ever felt stuck, this is the reset button you didn't know you needed. Waking up before the world does. Here's where everything shifted. I didn't just wake up earlier, I reclaimed control. There was a time I opened my eyes already behind. It felt like the day was sprinting, and I hadn't even gotten out of bed. That changed the moment I started waking up before the world had a chance to interrupt. It wasn't about trying to be part of some motivational trend. It was about peace. Real, quiet, unbothered peace. At 5:30 a.m., nothing's buzzing. No notifications, no headlines, no one asking for anything. Just silence. That silence became my advantage. My thoughts weren't competing with messages or breaking news. It was just me and the stillness. And in that stillness, clarity was waiting. One habit made this easier. I moved my phone into another room and brought back a simple alarm clock. No snoozing, no scrolling, just waking up and being awake. You don't need to be a morning person. You just need a window of time before the noise starts. That early hour became my edge. It gave me the head start I didn't even realize I needed. And from that moment on, I wasn't reacting to life. I was setting the tone for it. Ice water and cold showers. Let me be real. This part wasn't pretty. A tub of cold water at sunrise feels like the universe punching you in the face, but that's exactly the point. It's not supposed to feel good. It's supposed to wake you up. I started small, just splashing cold water on my face. Then I worked up to showers and eventually full cold plunged. And you know what? I hated every second, but I kept doing it. Why? Because comfort lies. Comfort whispers, stay cozy, skip the hard stuff. But growth lives in discomfort. That icy water shocked my system, forced me to breathe, and instantly cleared the mental fog. Science backs it up too. Cold exposure spikes dopamine levels higher than your morning coffee. It doesn't just wake you physically, it resets your focus, fast. It became a challenge I chose to meet every morning. And when you start the day by conquering discomfort on purpose, everything else feels more manageable. I didn't need motivation. I needed momentum. And stepping into that freezing water gave me just that. Next time you hesitate to get uncomfortable, remember this: resistance builds resilience. And nothing builds resistance faster than choosing hard things at sunrise. Mental reset, silence, scripture, or stillness. Everyone starts their day with noise, podcasts, emails, scrolling. But I wanted clarity, not clutter. So I carved out 10 minutes of pure silence. No phone, no music, no tabs open, just me and my mind. At first, it was uncomfortable. My thoughts were all over the place. But over time, that space became sacred. For me, it meant opening scripture and praying. Not because it was trendy or aesthetic, but because I needed something deeper than motivational quotes or social media noise. But you don't have to follow my path. Maybe for you, it's journaling, meditating, or just sitting in silence with a cup of tea. Whatever it is, make it honest, make it quiet, make it yours. In that space, I asked myself questions no app could answer. What am I actually aiming for? What am I running from? What do I need today? Not just to survive, but to live with intention. I didn't always find answers, but the questions started mattering more than the noise. The world is loud for a reason. It wants your attention. But when you take it back, even for 10 minutes, something powerful happens. You stop following someone else's idea of success. You start building your own. Tactical journaling. 3 lines that change everything. Let's be honest. Most of us think journaling is either too time-consuming or too emotional. But what if I told you it could take 3 minutes and change how you approach your entire day? That's what I found with tactical journaling. No fluff, no essays, just 3 bullet points. What am I grateful for? What would make today great? What must I avoid to not ruin it? These aren't just reflections. They're daily anchors. They focus your brain and filter your priorities before the distractions hit. Here's what changed for me. I stopped drifting through my day. With those 3 prompts, I had a map. I knew what mattered, and I knew what to avoid. You might think, I don't have time for that, but check your screen time. If you had an hour for memes, you've got 5 minutes for this. I started scribbling my answers on sticky notes. Over time, they became my blueprint. Days that began with journaling were sharper, smoother, and more productive. Days I skipped it, I noticed the difference. This isn't a diary. It's a decision-making tool. If your mornings feel chaotic, don't add more noise, add more clarity. Tactical journaling gave me that clarity. Try it for a week. You'll see the shift too. Move your body to rewire your mind. Before I touched my to-do list, I started moving. Not to chase a fitness goal, but to reclaim my energy. There's something about physical movement in the morning that snaps everything into place. You're not just waking up your body, you're sending a signal to your brain. I'm here, I'm ready. Some mornings, it's strength training. Other days, it's just a long walk. But either way, I move, because motion creates emotion. And when your body is engaged, your mind follows. No, it doesn't have to be intense. You don't need to lift like an athlete or train like a machine. A simple 10-minute stretch or walk works. But the key is consistency. When I started doing this, my stress dropped, my focus sharpened. Even emails didn't seem like a chore anymore, because I'd already conquered something harder than my inbox before 8 a.m. It also reminded me of something important. Your body is the first business you manage. If it's running on fumes, everything else suffers. Your work, your creativity, your patience. Movement builds resilience. It tells your brain, we're strong, we keep going. So whether it's yoga, push-ups, or dancing in your kitchen, move before the world moves you. That early sweat, it's more than a workout. It's your momentum engine. Banana peel skincare. Okay, stay with me. This sounds odd, but it works. After working out, I'd hit the shower, eat a banana, and then rub the peel on my face. Yeah, really. I first heard about it from a content creator. At first, I laughed. Then I tried it. Now, I swear by it. Banana peels are loaded with natural antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin E, and potassium. They soothe skin, brighten your tone, and reduce puffiness without any chemicals or overpriced creams. I rub the inside of the peel gently on my face, let it sit for 10 minutes, then rinse. That's it. And the glow? Wild. It became part of my routine not because I wanted perfect skin, but because it reminded me that solutions don't have to be complicated. They just have to be consistent. Plus, it's free and surprisingly effective. Sometimes your next upgrade isn't in an ad, it's in your trash bin. Give it a shot. If nothing else, it'll make you laugh. And that's good for your skin too. No scroll zone until breakfast. Here's a painful truth. Most of us start our day consuming way more than we create. Before breakfast, we've already taken in hundreds of opinions, headlines, texts, and posts. And then we wonder why we feel overwhelmed before 9 a.m. So I made a rule, no scrolling until after breakfast. No group chats, no emails, no social media. If something's truly urgent, they'll call. If they don't, it can wait. This created a sacred buffer, time to build myself before the world could break in. I protected my mental space so I could own the rest of my day. I noticed I was calmer, sharper, more in control. I didn't get thrown off by one annoying notification because I hadn't let it in yet. Try it for just one day. Wake up, move, think, reflect, eat. And only after all that, check your phone. This single habit changed my mornings from reaction mode to creation mode. And when you start your day building instead of scrolling, you win, before anyone even knows you're awake. Here's the truth. You don't need my routine, you need yours, built on consistency, not chaos. Waking up early, embracing discomfort, finding silence, writing with intention, moving with purpose, protecting your peace. Maybe even using a banana peel. All of it stacks into something powerful. But don't try to do it all at once. Just pick one thing and commit. If tomorrow feels even 1% better, keep going. I didn't change overnight. I changed by stacking small wins day after day. That's how routines turn into transformation. So here's the challenge. Start tomorrow with one new habit, one moment of clarity, one small shift. And if it helps, even just a little, drop 1% in the comments. Someone out there needs this too. So tag a friend, share the energy. Because once you take charge of your mornings, the rest of your life starts catching up. Let's build better mornings together.